Hey everyone, and happy, Wednesday, I believe it is, August 19th. So today we're going to be working on your part 2 of your professional portfolio. Sorry, I was just looking at my notes to make sure that I did say the correct date. You're going to be working on part 2 of your professional portfolio. So hopefully the other day you created part 1 of your professional portfolio, which was the actual building of your website, meaning that you created a website, you added the different tabs, and you did the About Me and the contact information. Today, you are going to be making your cover letter, your resume, and your reference list. And so this video is to kind of show you what mine looks like, and if you want to use it as a template or a guide. So on your assignment, as you can see on the screen, I gave you the instructions as well as some resume and cover letter builders. If you want to use these to try to find templates, you can also just use the templates that are available on Google Docs. The first thing we're going to talk about is the cover letter. Okay, so I'm going to pull up my cover letter that I wrote when I actually applied for this job as the health science teacher. So as you can see at the top, you include your address. No, I don't live at this address anymore, so don't come for me. Sorry, I feel like I have something in my teeth. Next, you're going to include the date that you wrote the letter. So as you can see, I wrote this on May 18th of 2019, and you're probably wondering, why is it out of order like that? You can choose to put it however you want, but when I was in high school learning how to write cover letters, I was always taught the most professional way to write it was to put the number, then the month, and then the year. But if you want to write it in the more traditional way that you would typically write a date, that's fine. So next you want to give the instructions on who should be reading this, or the introduction. If you know who you're writing it to, you can put Dear Principal Freeman or Dear whoever. But I was not really sure who was going to be getting this application because I was filling it out online. So I wrote, to whom it may concern. That kind of covers a broad spectrum of people. Whoever it concerns, whoever is supposed to be reading this is going to read it. I am contacting you regarding the health science teacher position at Thomasville High School. Your very first line should be, why are you contacting them? What position are you interested for? Because especially for school systems and different health career fields, they have tons of different positions open at one time. So they're not really sure which one you're applying for right from the start. My name is Emily Essick, and I recently graduated from the University of North Carolina at Charlotte with a bachelor's degree in exercise science and a minor in public health. So line 2 is, here's who I am, and here's the credentials that I have that qualify me for this job. I am very passionate about health, wellness, and promoting physical activity in our communities and schools. While I am not a licensed teacher in the state of North Carolina, I am a certified exercise physiologist through the American College of Sports Medicine and have completed 2 internships within the Davidson County school system. One internship was working in the physical education department at Hasty Elementary, and the second was in the health allied science department at Ledford Senior High. So I gave another little intro about what I'm passionate about, and then I explained that because I am applying for a teaching position, I would be coming in as lateral entry, meaning I don't have a teaching license. I'm currently working on getting a teaching license now, but I wasn't at the time. So I said, while I don't have this, here's what I do have. And I went ahead and listed a lot of things that made it sound like I do have experience in the education field by completing those internships. As my resume indicates, I have prior experience working with a wide variety of children through my employment with the Tom A. Finch Community YMCA. My current title with the YMCA is Summer Day Camp Director of the Trailblazers, which is our camp for the 3rd through 5th grade. I am in charge of planning, organizing, implementing, and leading all summer camp-related activities for this age group while providing guidance and support for the staff under me. When I am not working in the child care department, I also serve as one of the 4 building managers, and I am also a certified lifeguard, CPR instructor, and have a Class B commercial driver's license. So paragraph 1 is all introductory information, who you are, what you're applying for. Paragraph 2 is, here's some more information about me, what I do, what I've done, what I'm currently doing, to make yourself really sound like you are right for that position. You're hyping yourself up. Paragraph 3 continues on to tell them about all of the different leadership responsibilities I had during high school, my experience with various health science programs. So I was in HOSA, I was a state officer, I did health science all throughout high school. why CTE is important for students. All of that information is in part 3 or paragraph 3. Paragraph 4 is your closing statement. In August, I will be starting the Master's in Exercise Science and Wellness, Nutrition and Wellness program through Liberty University online. I currently did not do that because I'm actually taking classes through App State. But at the time, that was my intention. So when I wrote this, I included that to let them know, hey, I am looking to further my education, which also says that I'm willing to take whatever steps I need to take to become a licensed teacher, which is what I'm currently doing. Education is extremely important to me, blah, blah, blah. You just keep like building yourself up, making it sound really good. This is also a good place where you can kind of incorporate like a mission statement of that company. So you could look up their mission statement or their values for that company and try to like put those into your cover letter somewhere. Shows that you've done your research and that you have similar values to that company. And then the very last thing that you want to put is like, you look forward to hearing from them. You may want to include, I am available by phone or email during these times of the day. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you. And then I actually messed up right here. You would want to leave a space after your thank you or sincerely or whatever you want to put there. You want to leave a space and then type your name, because when you print this out to go put it in your hard copy of your portfolio, you would need to leave room for you to sign your name. So leave a blank and then your name. Okay, so there's that. Then I'm also going to briefly just show you my resume. Again, this has not been updated since I applied for this position. So anything related to teaching is not going to be on this resume. It's from 2019. At the very top, you want to include your name. And because I'm a certified exercise physiologist, I have some credentials that I'm allowed to put after my name. So I put those there. I put underneath it that I have a BS in exercise science and a minor in public health. Again, you want to put like a basic statement about who you are and how they know you're, certified for that job, phone number and email address. And then I put everything in UNC Charlotte green. You can pick any color you want. I think it's important to include either a photo of yourself or a color or a theme or something just to make your resume pop or stand out, because keep in mind that sometimes they're looking at hundreds of applicants for the same job. So it's important that you use something to identify yourself. So I did green because that's where I graduated from. First, you want to have your career objective. Yours does not have to be as long as mine. Yours could literally just be, future Thomasville High School graduate, class of 2021, searching or seeking employment in a health science career field. That's it. Okay. You could be very basic. You can look up different career objectives online. If you need help writing your career objective, please feel free to reach out to me. I will help you. Next, you want to have your education. So yours is not going to have probably as much as mine because I've gone to college, I've graduated, and you may not have. But if you would like to include here your future plans, you may do that. So you always want to also put most recent to oldest. So my most recent is actually App State, so I need to go back and update this. But it would have been UNC Charlotte, and then over there I have the dates. I was about to point at the screen as if you could see my finger. I have the dates that I attended college there. I also took some classes at Davidson County Community College, so I have that listed, and then where I went to high school. And then if you graduated with any special honors or anything, you could definitely put that under there as well. Next, you want to have a section for your certifications and your skills. You do not have to have them like in a column like I do. You could just have one more section. I was trying to save space on my resume, so that's why I have mine in column format. I will say that in this class, you're going to be earning a few certifications, like your OSHA certification, your CPR, your first aid, fire extinguisher training, all kinds of things. So if you want to include those as like future certifications you're going to get, you may choose to do that. You might be a lifeguard, or maybe you have CPR certification because you were a babysitter or something like that. You can put those there. Some skills. These are things that may be like certifications, like a Class B driver's license is actually something it's a license that you have to get, but it is a skill to know how to drive a bus. If you took a Microsoft Word or Excel Publisher, any of those classes in high school and you got those certifications, you could include those. If you are just good with technology, you can put competent with technology as a skill, or maybe you're really good with communication skills, or maybe you're really organized. These are just, or maybe you have customer service background if you've worked in the food service industry or a department store. These are all really good skills to include in that section. Next, we're going to have field experience. Field experience is any experience that you did not necessarily get paid for, but you want to include on your resume. These are things like, for me, I had internships or volunteer hours or shadowing a company or something like that. So as you can see, I had an internship I had to complete for my senior year of college where you had to do 370 something hours, I think. And so I had 380 hours. And you can just list it and then put the date. You do not have to put all of this stuff underneath it for the purpose of this class. But basically what this is it tells people what I did or what my role was while I was working at River Landing. Okay, but again, you don't have to include all of this. This is for very specific, after you've graduated college, like career opportunities. So you don't have to put all that, but you definitely want to put the name of the place and the dates. So then I also had like that internship with Hasty Elementary School, internship with Ledford High School. When I was in high school, and hopefully this year you guys will be able to do this as well, we had a blood drive and I was the blood drive coordinator. I helped a lot with those, so I put that there. Davidson County School Health Advisory Council was in Davidson County. They had a health advisory council for all the school systems, and they chose a school representative, and that was a student, and that was me, so I put that on there. So these are things I didn't get paid to do any of them, but they're really good experience and that directly relate to what I'm trying to do. Next, you have your employment, and remember, you're again putting this in most recent to oldest. So again, I haven't updated this in a while, but at the time, my most recent employment was the YMCA. I have 4 different YMCAs listed on here. Well, they're all the same YMCA, right? But I have 4 different positions because I started off as a summer camp counselor, then I became an administrative assistant, then I got my job doing building duty, which I still do. Then I became a summer day camp director, and if I were to update this again, this past summer, I was the summer camp coordinator. So it's okay if you want to list the same company multiple times because you had different positions within that company, list the dates next to it. And then if you want to give like a brief description of what you did for each of those roles, feel free to. I also had a job at a church where I was the computer specialist. I did like audiovisual stuff, updated the website, all that good stuff. And then in high school, I was a CNA. Well, in high school and college, I was a CNA. At Westchester Harbor, so I have that listed as well. You can also have a section for any honors or awards if you were in Beta Club, National Honor Society, if you won a scholarship, all of that can go right there. We had the career readiness certifications here. That could fall under awards as well because I got gold level in high school. And then affiliations are things like clubs or sports that you may want to include on here. So I didn't play any sports in high school, but I was a part of HOSA, still am, American College of Sports Medicine, National Strength and Conditioning Association. I helped with a lot of meal packaging events. I was in the Ghost Hunting Club, as some of you know. And then I did Rise Against Hunger as a student ambassador. So these are all organizations that I am affiliated with, meaning that I've participated or volunteered with them. This could also be like community service type of stuff, but you could also put community service under field experience. It's really up to you as to how you want to lay it out. And if you need help organizing all of this and figuring out where things are going to go, feel free to set up a one-on-one meeting with me and I will gladly walk you through each step. And then at the very bottom, I put references available upon request. A lot of people will put their references on their actual resume if they have room. I did not have room. As you see, I like to type and I was already at 1 page front and back. So I just put references available upon request. And then if they ask for them, I would give them to them. But you could also just include these in your portfolio. It's taken a second, but here we go. I had my references. I had the same header at the top just so it looks cohesive. And then you want to always include the person's name, their position, where they work, their email, and their phone number. If you get references from the school, it would be like Emily Essick, health science teacher, Thomasville High School, essick@tcs.k12.nc.us, and then my phone number, which I could give you. If it's someone that you've worked for before, you get their information. For the purpose of this assignment, I told you needed to get 3 professional references and 2 personal. 3 professional could be your boss at your part-time job, a teacher here, or a counselor or a principal, anybody like that. 2 personal references could be anyone else in your personal life that is not your family, okay? No family. But maybe if you're a babysitter, the person that you babysit for, a friend that could vouch well for you, or anything like that. So if you need help with any of the cover letter, resume, or reference list for your portfolio, let me know. Once you have created those things using Google Docs or whatever website you want to use, just make sure that you upload them or link them to your website, because I'm going to be grading from the website, not your actual documents. You're not uploading your documents, you're uploading the link to your website, and then I'm going to go and look at your website to find this information. So if you have any questions, let me know. Hopefully that was helpful for you. And if you need to set up a one-on-one meeting with me to make sure that you're doing things correctly or just help figure out the layout, feel free to do that. I am always available. Have a great day, guys.